Have you ever wondered why some people wake up at 5 a.m. and become millionaires, while others stay awake until 2 a.m. building successful businesses? So who's right, the early bird or the night owl? What if I told you science says both sides are wrong, and the answer could completely change the way you work, sleep, and even succeed in life? Stay until the end, because the final study I'm about to reveal surprised researchers, and it might explain why you've been feeling tired, unproductive, and stuck. Imagine this. Two friends graduate from college. Let's call them Jake and Alex. Jake watches motivational videos every night. He hears the same advice over and over. Wake up at 5 a.m. if you want to be successful. So he forces himself out of bed every morning. Coffee, cold showers, no energy. Within weeks, he's exhausted. Meanwhile, Alex naturally works best at night. He stays up late creating designs, learning new skills, and building his business. People constantly tell him, "You're ruining your life by sleeping late." So, who becomes more successful? The answer isn't what most people think. The biggest myth about success. For years, social media has promoted one message: if you don't wake up before sunrise, you'll never become successful. It sounds motivating, but science tells a different story. Researchers have found that sleep quality and consistency matter far more than simply waking up early. Your brain doesn't care what time the clock says. It cares whether you get enough high-quality sleep and follow a regular schedule. That's the first big surprise. What science actually says. Scientists who study sleep have discovered something called your chronotype. A chronotype is your body's natural preference for sleeping and waking. Some people naturally perform better early in the morning. Others naturally become more alert later in the day. This isn't laziness, it's biology. Your genes influence when your brain performs at its best. That's why some people solve problems effortlessly at 8 a.m., while others do their best creative work at 10 p.m. Trying to force yourself into the wrong schedule can reduce focus, creativity, and productivity. But wait, does that mean staying up until 3 a.m. is perfectly healthy? Not exactly. Here's where many people get confused. The problem isn't simply sleeping late, the problem is inconsistency. Imagine sleeping 11 p.m. tonight, 2 a.m. tomorrow, 12:30 a.m. the next day, 4 a.m. on the weekend. Your body never knows when to recover. Your internal clock becomes confused. Research links irregular sleep schedules with lower energy, worse mood, slower thinking, and poorer health over time. Consistency beats perfection. What successful people actually do. Think about famous entrepreneurs, athletes, and creators. Some wake up at 5 a.m., others work late into the night. The common pattern isn't their bedtime, it's their routine. They protect their sleep, they get enough rest, they build habits they can sustain for years. Success comes from consistency, not copying someone else's clock. The hidden advantage of early morning. Now let's be fair, morning schedules do offer real benefits. Early mornings usually have fewer distractions. Your phone is quieter, emails haven't started flooding in, your mind often feels fresh after quality sleep. For many people, this creates the perfect environment for deep, focused work. That's why so many CEOs and athletes enjoy early mornings, not because the hour itself is magical, but because it gives them uninterrupted time. The hidden advantage of night work. Now let's look at the other side. Night owls often experience fewer interruptions. The world slows down, social media becomes quieter, creative thinking can increase for some people during evening hours. Many writers, programmers, musicians, and designers have produced incredible work late at night. The key question isn't when do you work, it's when do you work best. Here's the real formula. Science suggests the most productive schedule looks something like this. Get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, go to bed at roughly the same time every night, wake up consistently, work during the hours when your brain naturally performs at its best, exercise regularly, get sunlight during the day, limit screens before bedtime. Simple habits, massive results. The truth nobody wants to hear. Most people don't fail because they wake up at 8 a.m. They fail because they're distracted, they skip sleep, they constantly switch routines, they never stay consistent long enough to see results. Success isn't built between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Success is built through thousands of disciplined decisions repeated every single day. Final challenge. So tonight, ask yourself one question. Are you trying to become successful, or are you trying to look successful? Because waking up early without enough sleep won't change your life. Working late without protecting your health won't either. Find the schedule that matches your biology. Stay consistent, protect your sleep, and let your daily habits, not the clock, create your future. If this video changed the way you think about success, hit the like button, subscribe to Rise Beyond, and turn on notifications, because every week we break down the science behind success, productivity, and building a better life. Remember, don't copy someone else's routine. Build the one that helps you rise beyond.